There is the red light, meaning that we are live up in this thing. So I am Paul Wizzo. I want to welcome everyone out to Beauty Shop Talk, what women really talk about. Going to send out a thank you to all my subscribers and thank you for your support. If you interested in subscribing, make sure the link is in the description. So go to the description, you click that link, and just make sure you hit the notification bell so that way whenever we go live, you'll receive a notification. Because right now we're not on a certain schedule. I just go to wherever my guests have a chance, kind of work with their schedule. So make sure you do that. And if you're interested in being a guest on Wizzo Talk, please reach out to me, send me a message, hit me on Facebook or anything like that. Just reach out to me because I'm always looking for guests to be on the show. And always remember that it's 100% free, absolutely free to like, share, and subscribe. So I have my co-host with me today. Since this is Beauty Shop Talk, I'm going to be the fly on the wall. So my co-host is Miss Cree. So I'm going to turn it over to Miss Cree. She's going to conduct everything from here on out. Come on, Cree, with your intro and do what you do.
Hey world, I'm Cree21 Boom. I can be found on all platforms. I'll be starting my own podcast soon, so y'all check me out then. We have all the beautiful ladies here ready to discuss what goes down in the beauty shop. So I'm gonna let them introduce themselves to the world, and then we can get this thing going. Ladies, whoever want to go first with your introduction, you go right on ahead. Anybody? Maddie, go ahead. Introduce yourself.
I'm Maddie, and I'm Maddie Leonard, and I'm a published author. I wrote 2 books, Building Me Back Brick by Brick about addiction and recovery, and Silent Cry about domestic violence and abuse. This is my experience through each one of those. And
Oh,
I'm a retired military who
all right. Thank you, Maddie. Tanya.
Hi, my name is Latanya Jones, and as you see, I am a life insurance agent. I help families cover themselves just with life insurance and also just to put money back into the community and just educating families about how they can use life insurance. And I'm here for whatever is going on in the beauty shop today.
All right. And Tosh. Tosh, can you hear us?
Hi, I'm Tosh. I'm
Okay.
from. I hear you. Can't hear me.
Going in and out a little bit.
Yes, I think she's freezing a little bit. All right, Brandy, go ahead because I think Tosh is. Tosh, are you there? Tosh, are
I'm
you
here.
there? All right, go ahead because we didn't get your introduction. I think some internet issues. Yeah, not sure what's going on there. All right, Brandy, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Okay, can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I'm Brandy, regular on Wizzo Talk, local educator, CEO of Central Texas Virtual Solutions for all your virtual administrative needs and all that good stuff. And I'm just happy to be here, ready
I
to see
think
what
the internet
Cree
messed up.
brings to the table.
I think the internet messed up.
Awesome. Welcome to all the ladies. Tosh, I think also in the background because we hear a TV. Every little noise in the background, we can hear it live. Tosh, are you with us? Can you hear us? Okay, I don't know.
I can hear you.
Okay, you can hear us. All right, because we didn't get you a complete introduction. Would you like to go ahead so we can see if we can hear you again? If you don't mind, sorry. Because there's something with the internet there. Okay, now she's muted.
My internet messed up. Didn't want unmute.
All right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and start off with the first topic for the ladies so we can get y'all minds start moving around and see what y'all think about this. So the first thing I'd like to talk about is nearly 70% of divorces are initiated by the wife. Uh, And over 50%
Everybody's
of
spinning.
divorced wives, they never want to remarry. I'd like to get y'all thoughts on that, and then I'll come back and give my thought after the fact. So whoever wants to go first can go first on their thoughts on why 70% of marriages are initiated by women.
I'm Maddie. I want to say that, having been married 3 times, and divorced 3 times, I don't know if it's really the women. It's just that at a certain point we get tired and we don't take anything else from the person, whereas the man will linger on and dabble at the same time, or do whatever he's doing at the same time, whereas a woman would be like, no, this is not going to happen. We're going to have to stop this.
You said you don't know if it's the women. The statistics say it is the wife that's initiating a divorce. And I do agree when you say that the women get to a point where they can't take it no more. But there's a lot of underlying dynamics that take place with marriage to begin with.
Mhm.
So let's hear from somebody else now.
So I think being divorced twice, that it was because you tried so much, and then like she said, like there's no more trying. With women, I kind of feel like it's a mental thing. Once you check out mentally, there's no going back. Like if the mental happens, the physical happens, and then once those two are done, that's it. Like you try to stick around for the kids. If you guys have businesses or if you guys have things like that, you try to stick around to make those things work. But I mean, after so much, ain't nothing else you could do.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't have a dog in that fight. I've never been married. So yeah, never been married. Yeah, didn't want nobody to tell me what to do or tell me where I can go or whatever like that. So never been married. So I'm gonna have to pass on that one because I can't talk about somebody never been here.
Okay, well, I see Food Stamp Entertainment. He had a lot to say about it. He's saying whatever happened to Till Death Do Us Part. And he said because the women are forcing men to marry them. So I'll give my thoughts on it. I've been married and divorced twice. So I'll just say this. I'll say that marriage was created by men for the benefit of men. Even starting as a young girl, we're groomed and programmed to believe that our purpose on earth is to take care of a man, have his kids, take care of the home life. And I think a lot of women are wising up and realizing that they really don't have to do those
Purpose
things. They
on
can
earth
have other
is
goals.
to take care of a man, have his kids, take
What's
care of the home life. That's me. Sorry.
How do you turn this off?
Have his kids,
What is
take care
happening?
of the home life. That's me. Sorry.
Why does my voice keep going? It's scary. That was scary.
I think that was Maddie.
Sorry. That's sorry. I was trying to listen at the same time.
Oh, okay.
You can't do that. Yeah, but this is Maddie again. I will say that now the choice to not marry again, it's on hold for the most part. I'm not going to rush into anything else. I was pretty young when I got married before, and rushed into one, got out the other, and so forth like that. But I would say now I've learned some things that I don't want to repeat. I'm much older now. I know what a marriage should be. And I know that there's still some things that I need to work out in my life, those baggage and trauma that I tend to hold on to. So I'm not going to say I'm not ever going to get married, but it's going to take some real persuasion, some real taking a look at myself and taking a look at that person where we're at. And yeah.
Okay. Well, I think it's okay if we don't get married. I think a lot of men today making it seem like our value is somehow tied to being someone's wife or mother or having that type of dynamic that's back in the days used to be respectful and looked upon as this is an achievement or a goal. You know, with so much other things going on in the world, I wouldn't be centering my life around a man, especially when you have the experience of I was married 3 times, divorced 3 times, several failed relationships. You have to look at yourself and realize what can I do better so that I can have a better type of relationship. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be marriage. It could just be a healthy relationship with yourself and whoever your partner is. Like, I think that a lot of times we see the end goal, and I believe that's when life really starts, when you actually say I do. Now it's time to put the work in. It's not, you know how people say you got to act like a wife before, or I'm not even gonna marry you. No, the work it never stops. That's my thought process. The work never stops. And I think divorce happens when a person says, I'm done trying. Is it safe to ask why did they fail? He wants to know, why did the marriages fail? I'll start. My first one, I married because I wanted a better life for my kids. It was more so about getting them out of the city that I was raised up in. I wanted to raise them somewhere else. And my boyfriend at the time, we split and he joined the military and he wanted me to move and relocate. And I wasn't doing it as a girlfriend or a baby mama. So when we talked about getting married, we decided to do that. Still the wrong reason though. So, when you get together for the wrong reason, it's probably not going to work out anyway. And my second one definitely made a bad choice. And I was just trying to get over the first one. So that didn't work either. So third one is definitely going to have to be an extraordinary individual. And then we'd have to have a healthy relationship, period. So if you want to, it's your personal business. If you want to share why yours didn't work, that's up to you, Maddie.
Yes, I can share.
Okay.
My first marriage, I was 17. My mother had to sign for me to get married. And I married a soldier in the military. And he was cheating, and he ended up going AWOL from the military. And that's how we ended up getting a divorce, because he went AWOL. And at that time, I had a 2-month-old baby, and we couldn't be seen at the hospital. And I found out later that he had went AWOL. So when he called me, I was like, "Where are you?" And he told me that I was better off with my mom. So that was the first one. And the second one was like a contract marriage, basically, because then I was 21 and I wanted to get in the military. So we got married so that I could, leave my daughter with my mom, and I could get in the military with my child. And so we divorced when I found my third, well, not when I found him, but when he was interested in me. I had to get a divorce just so I could get married to the third one. And, I got married for all the wrong reasons. I was really depressed. And at this point in my life, I didn't want no more kids. He's never had kids. We talked about it, but for some reason, he thought he could change my mind. And he ended up cheating and getting another woman pregnant. And that was the end of that. I kind of stepped away after that, because I was like, I can't give you what you want. I told you that from the beginning, but you thought otherwise, and then you thought to seek other places to get what you wanted. And so I had to let go. So that's why I say, I don't think I really ever gave marriage a chance, because I was just so young. I didn't know better. And I think now, with having went through some things, domestic violence and some other things, that I'm more aware now of what to look for in a spouse and what to look for in me, in my healing and in my growth. I had to learn to love me first. And that's what I didn't do. I was a people pleaser. I was who you wanted me to be. And because of that, I was never really real. And now I can say that I have a voice now. I have boundaries. I know what I'll accept in my life and what I won't. I don't need a man just because he's a man. Um, it would be nice sometimes to have a man and maybe to get married again. Who knows if those are in the cards for me? But right now, I'm working on self and me.
That's important. That's important. Would you like to be married again, or that's just up in the air, like you said? It's just in the air.
It's up in the air. It's really up in the air because, yeah, it just depends.
Brandy, you said you were married before? Because
Look,
somebody said why you divorced him down there.
before
I know what your business in the comments. What's going on? What's going on,
hold on, okay.
your business in the comments, telling all the business.
Let me just make this comment, okay?
And I
Because
can't read with this little phone.
Tony is with the shits right now, okay?
I
That's
see it.
all I'm gonna say. And
I can't hear you.
his wife, I said Tony is with the shits right now. And
Oh.
hopefully his wife will take care of him after this podcast, okay? Because we have never been married, all right?
Oh, okay.
Oh my God. But I have been married twice, and neither of them are on this podcast at the very moment. The way I started sweating when Tony said, Randy, why did you divorce me? Do you hear me? The damn phone and called him, okay? He gets on my nerves, all right? But so the first time I got married, it was my marriages, kind of similar to Maddie's, were based off of trauma, right? My first one, my aunt had passed away. She was like the pillar of our family, and I had moved to Florida to, be with her with the idea that we were going to get all the family to move to Florida. She passed away abruptly, all of a sudden, and then Katrina happened. 5 months after that, I was married. Okay, that was bad. It was bad. And so then got a divorce. After that, I bet you think you're funny, Tony. Got a divorce after that, and then moved back to Texas. After I moved back to Texas, I had like a damsel in distress mentality where I needed somebody to save me. I was a single parent. I had a degree, but I didn't have a job. I was pregnant. And it was like, okay, what I'm going to do now, So I ended up getting married again, thinking that, hey, this is going to work out. It's going to do whatever it is. And it didn't, because when I finally got into my profession as an educator and I'm growing, but he's not growing, it was kind of like, okay, where are we going? And then instances of infidelity occurred, and it was like, you know what? At that time is when I was like, you know what? I could do this by myself. I don't need nobody. Me and my kids, we gonna be good. So I was like, 2020 January 2017. I was like, I'm leaving in April. And pretty much it was like, no, you're not. You're gonna be good. We're gonna be good. And so I started buying stuff for the house on Amazon, and I had it sent to our house. And I would just pack it up as it would come in. I would stack it up by the front door, pots and pans and linen and all that stuff. And April 1st, 2017, I was like, okay, I done signed my lease. I'm leaving. And he was like, is this an April Fool's joke? And I was like, no. So he helps me move into the duplex that I had signed up for. And he was like, you'll be back. And so since April 1st, 2017, I've been single, been dating. It's been interesting. But I'm at a point where it's like, it is what it is. And now, if I ever do decide to get married again, which eventually I know I want to, I know what I want, you know? And it's not I don't have a mentality of I need somebody to save me. It's more of we're going to build on this. It's a partnership. It's forever, as Stamp said, till death do us part type situation, because that's a mentality that I have now. When we go into marriage looking at what somebody else can give us or what somebody else can do for us, that right there is a recipe for disaster, because it's a partnership. A lot of people say you really don't need to go before the judge because all that does is connect you to the government. And I've read all those stories and stuff like that. And, but really it's two people who decide to make something work, and everybody has to be on the same page. You both have to want the same thing for the long haul versus for the right now. So, yeah.
Okay, so basically what I'm hearing, the overall consensus, which I agree with both ladies, most of us got married for the wrong reasons. It had nothing to do with love. It was what the other person was doing for us or what they could provide for us. And that is a codependent relationship. The type of relationship that's healthy usually is an interdependent one where I don't need you, but we want each other and we want to be with each other. Those are the type of relationships that I ever want to be a part of for the rest of my life either. So moving right along to the next topic I got for y'all. Why do women enter in casual relationships when they know that they want more? Why do they settle for casual relationships? Let's go to the one who hasn't spoken. And she's never been married, so I'm sure she might have a little experience to share in this topic. Or not, I don't know.
Yeah, I do. When I was younger,
Awesome.
I did. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah.
Okay, let's hear it.
So when I was younger, I've entered to a lot of them because of one, insecurity. Two, I used to be very insecure about my weight. I was a lot heavier than what I was. So it was like, well, they're giving me, some type of attention, so I'll take it from there. And then as I gotten older, the casual relationship now, if I was to enter one, is more of like a me taking my car to the mechanic, and I'm just getting a tune up, and then I'm going about my business. So, hey, y'all asked, I told you, I don't care. So, that's how it was. But no, when I was younger and I would try to enter into a casual relationship to make it more than what it was, I was being naive and very delusional, thinking that, oh, this will turn into something. And no, it's not. They're just showing up because you just, you're giving them sex or whatever like that, and there's no strings attached or anything like that. And as I got older, I was just like, okay, so we're not going to be delusional. We're not going to be delusional. But I don't know. I'm on my celibacy thing now, so I'm not. Oh yeah, I've been doing that for about 2 years now. So I'm not. I'm not looking for a mechanic or anything like that.
You don't need any tune-ups or
But
anything.
no, I don't need a tune-up. No.
Now let me ask you this. I know you said you celibate or whatever.
Mhm.
So what do you do when you get the urge? Like, what is there something you do? Do you meditate? You go work out? Like, what do you do when you get that feeling?
I try to make masturbation the last thing, to be honest. I try to make that the last thing, but it's usually working out or meditating or something like that. I try to use that energy or that mind for something else. But
I
usually
would be
masturbation
skinny
is
as
the
hell.
last thing.
I would be so damn skinny. Shit, and I'm back on my workout thing. I would be skinny as hell. Do you hear me?
But I'm gonna tell you like this. I did it more for my spiritual because I was getting a lot of karma. Okay. I was getting a lot of karma because what you reap is what you sow. And I can tell you that right now. So I've been on my spiritual walk now for about, I would say maybe 5 years. And DJ Latanya comes out. I've been on my spiritual walk for about 5 years, but I've really taken it seriously as far as my body lining up with everything else for the last two. Because I was just like, if I'm really gonna do this thing and really gonna get myself together and heal, I need to let that part of me go. Because I would use that as a healing as my go-to. If I was going through something, I would use that. If I had a bad day, I would use that. If I had a good day, I would use that. So mine is totally different.
I wish you well on your journey.
And so do I, because
Yeah.
baby, mad, sad, and
Hey, Tasha, you back?
I'm back finally.
Okay,
Technology.
right now we're talking about why a woman would choose to be in a casual situation with a man, knowing that we want more. Any ideas on that?
None.
You've never been in a casual situation? You never voluntarily been a part of a casual situation? I'm about to side eye you, sister.
Mm-mm. I don't like to share.
So you've been in only relationships your entire life?
Pretty much, yes.
Okay, that's good. Anybody else want to share
Unless
before I share? Because I know.
I don't know.
What's the
Brandy,
question again?
what you get? Why would you be a part of a casual situation when you know you want more?
Oh,
I know it's a lot of women out here trying to
fills the void
change
for right
men
now.
into
It
thinking
fills
they
the
can
void.
be in relationships when they don't want them.
And sometimes you just gotta fill the void.
Brandy going in and out.
I'm gonna have to take off the headphones, but it just fills the void, okay? And sometimes you just gotta fill the void with the casual. But then you also have to remember that you can't have a relationship if you're still doing casual, because that's just not gonna work.
Exactly.
So,
and does it really fill a void? A temporary void. Temporary feeling?
Temporarily.
Because it's not a feeling of the void. The void's still gonna be there. You have to come back.
Yeah, but it does its thing, and then you back to masturbating again. Then you right back to masturbating. It's okay.
Man,
They say
keep it real. Keep it real.
They say that women can't do that without getting some kind of emotional attachment to the man. This is what I'm hearing on podcasts.
No.
That women are incapable of having intercourse without some sort of emotional attachment. And I beg to differ, but they say if you
feelings are in your vagina, okay? If your feelings are not in your vagina, then baby, I'ma see you on Tuesday, and then I might see you next month. But okay, some women have the feelings in their vagina, and they'll have sex with a man one time, and then it's like, oh, we in a relationship, and we not. Okay, that's when you get your feelings hurt. But yeah, a lot of women that I've spoken to are like, no, you can't separate, yada yada. I just need you to figure out how to get your feelings from down there. My mama told me I had to be quiet because these white people is walking by.
Oh my Lord. Ooh. Can I say so? I'm sorry. Not the white people. Can I say so?
Of course,
go ahead. Y'all see all these white people.
So I remember, and this is I think after I had lost my mother, and that's when I kind of went cold with it. And I remember a guy I was messing with, And he was like, all you do is want me for sex. I said, well, you can either show up or leave me alone. I just remember I told him that I said, you can either show up or leave me alone because there's nothing else that I see in you that I won't. And I was
Mm.
just very honest. I mean, I was being very honest, and
Let
that's
me
what I
ask you a
told him.
question.
Hmm.
Let me ask you a question now. You just said there was nothing else you seen in him that you wanted. Why
Yeah.
was he privy to get that from you if he had no other qualities? I can't even imagine, and I'm not judging you by no means. I
Oh,
can't
if he
imagine
did,
laying down with a guy that I don't see nothing in him that will make me want to be in a relationship with him.
because I just wanted the D. I just wanted the D. That's what he was good at. I just
She
wanted the
saw
D.
that. She
I
saw
just wanted
that.
the
How did you
package.
see that
I
before
just,
seeing
I,
him? That's what I'm
I just wanted
saying.
the
How did you see that before actually seeing something
look.
in him that you liked? That's what
Okay, well
I'm
let's go. Okay, hold on. Okay, well let's go ahead and break this down. Okay,
okay.
so basically, when you out there, you're looking for your partner to do whatever you want to do with. You get to know them and things like that. For me, sometimes men tell me a little too much of things that I don't want to know. So I already know. Okay, you clingy or whatever like that. I don't want to deal with that. But then you're pretty cool to talk to, so I'll keep you around for a little while. And then I see how far it'll go, how far I can push you, how far I can deal with you, or whatever like that. And then, we'll end up messing around and I end up liking what you do. So I'm like, okay, cool. But I'm honest. I was honest with him. I said, look, right now, you're a really nice person, but I really don't I can't see myself giving you what you would like for as far as like a relationship with like that. So that's why I said I just showed up for what I wanted. I
A
stayed
tool.
around. I got
He
to
was a
know
tool.
him. Yes, he was a tool, and there's nothing wrong with it.
Got it.
I
Is it
don't
nothing?
think
Is
so.
nothing wrong with that?
At that
Mm.
time, at that
Oh, okay.
time, at that time. I'm saying
Okay.
at that time. Now you're judging. At that
No, no,
time,
no,
there was nothing
no.
wrong with
Because
that.
because because if you were a guy saying that, it's the same thing for me. I hear you being a woman saying that. So if it was a
Yes,
guy
but I'm
saying
telling
that,
you my
I still would
mindset
be
at that
like,
time.
okay. No, I
But
still am
no,
not
I'm telling
judging
you
you,
what my
but
mindset was
right.
at that time because I wasn't like I said I had lost my mother, things like that. I was grieving, and that's how I chose to grieve. It is what it is, and like I told him, hey, if you can't handle this, don't show up no more. It is
He
what it
kept
is.
showing up, didn't he?
He sure did.
Exactly. So and that's a lot of times that's what women do, even though they know the man don't want them in the context that they want the man, they keep showing
Yeah.
up. And what you have to do is take care of yourself because you looking for somebody else to do it for you. They're not. They going whatever they
Mm.
self-interest is, that's where they going with it. Just like you said,
Yeah.
I wanted what I wanted. Go ahead on. Got your self-interest met. So as women, because I'm really talking about
Hmm.
us now, as women, we need to put ourselves first versus
Hmm.
what the man wants and needs first. Like your spiritual journey that you on now, I
I
commend you
put
for
that
that
first.
wholeheartedly because a
Like
lot
I
of us
said,
we program to
I
think that
got
we got to
drugs
do what
for a
the man
minute.
needs to keep the men. Maddie, you got
No,
anything on this before we go to the next one? The next topic,
um,
because we lost Tosh again.
I could just say that with my experience with dealing with the opposite sex, um, I started having sex for the wrong reason. Also, I was looking for love in these sexual partners, and I thought once you love me, then we marry. And that's what I thought. Having not been raised with two parents, I was only raised with one. I was looking for that. And that's why I was able to jump in and jump out so easily early on in my life. But now, having went through the marriages, having worked on myself, I'm still working on myself. It's a work in progress. But like I've said before, you start to have boundaries. Um, you starting to rationalize, why would I do this if I'm not getting nothing from it? It's no sense in doing it. You start thinking in that manner. You start thinking, am I showing myself love to myself by doing this? What am I showing? What am I showing my kids or whoever, if you have kids? What am I showing that man? Am I showing him this is how you treat a woman? This is how I accept the way you do me? You come and go? No, I don't. Um, so I'm very selective. I haven't dated in some years because of that now. That, you know, I'm like, I'm not gonna play with you. I don't see a connection. If you want to be friends, we can be friends, but I'm not talking about friends with benefits. I'm talking about just being casual friends and doing stuff and going places if you want to. If you don't, that's no problem either, because I can take myself out. There was a time where I couldn't stand being by myself. And now I have learned to go out, eat, go to an event, do stuff. You know, it's been a awakening for my life that I've turned 360 degrees now, that, you know, I'm like, I have to weigh the consequences. Is this going to benefit me in the long run? Is this going to benefit us in the long run? Are we settling? I'm not going to settle. And I don't want you to settle for me. You know, so that's where I'm at with that.
You say you haven't dated in years?
Yeah. Yeah. My choice. I just don't, I haven't seen anything or got to know anybody close enough to make me want to turn it into a relationship. I'm not even having casual sex. I just don't.
Wizzo, you found some good women out here to put on the podcast. Woo, child.
Shit.
Bless
Since
y'all heart.
you called me out like that, let me just go and remind everybody that's watching, it is 100% free to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate your support. The link is in the description if you'd like to subscribe to Wizzo Talk, because you never know what you're going to get. And I'm going to I have to give a shout out to you ladies, because y'all always come through for me. I mean, every one of you that been on here before, and I'm not going to say about the sex toys. I know Tanya and Brandon probably thinking we're going to talk about that. I'm not going to go there, but I did. I know. But God, I'm going to tell y'all, I'm feeling like Charlie on Charlie's Angels. I need to turn around in my chair and say, welcome, angels. But anyway.
At least
ladies,
2 of us.
I appreciate y'all, and I'm gonna back up out of here and let my co-host go continue with everything. But I appreciate you ladies wholeheartedly, for real.
Oh my goodness. Anybody got anything else on that before we move right along? Brandy, I think you had something you want to discuss. We're just gonna let you go ahead before I go with something else on my list of things to talk about.
Well, I don't really remember what it was, but Miss Maddie had said something about, I can't remember, because she's real deep, and I appreciate everything that she is saying, because you know it is hitting somebody out there somewhere, and they need to hear every bit of it, because me and LaTanya, we could get with the shit real fast. So I appreciate you, Miss Maddie, definitely that.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Cree, before you go to something, I just got to ask Miss Brandy something. Miss Brandy, you said you and LaTanya can get with the shit real fast. What do you mean by that?
Well, we have had multiple conversations on various shows, so we can tend to go left, or we can, you know, rock with whatever's happening at the time. So we're ready whenever the question comes up, and I would like to somehow steer away from the sex in further podcasts, please and thank you, because I am more than just a sex toy podcast member. Okay, I just want to say that.
Is there a sex
That's
toy
my
podcast
piece.
somewhere?
Don't even ask the question.
I did one.
Oh, you
It was
did
okay.
one?
Yeah.
You should have had me on there.
It was my first one. It was with him. It was my first one. That's when I first met him.
Wow.
He had asked my friend to do it, but she was like, "Oh no." I was
Well,
like, "Should
since
I
we
do
talking
it?"
about sex, I got a good question.
Mhm. Oh
So I've
Lord.
been listening, hearing. Now, I ain't got nothing to do with this. It ain't got nothing to do with me. But I'm gonna ask y'all ladies because maybe y'all know. What is this thing about being choked and letting a man spit in your mouth? Like, what? When did we get turned on by getting spit? I can't even wrap my mind around somebody trying to spit in my mouth. But I
I'm
was
gonna tell you
watching the
like
movie.
that.
I was watching the movie, and the man told her to open her mouth, and he let off some spit, and she was turned on, and I was like, "Wait, did that just happen?" Of course, I
And
rewinded like
everything
three
in
times.
and everything in that room would have got turned over. Look, there's some things you don't do. You don't spit on nobody. That's nasty.
This new generation is on some wild stuff, so y'all
Okay,
don't know
so the
nothing about that. Don't be shy now. Y'all with the
spitting is
shit.
a bit much.
No,
That's a bit
I say spit in the mouth. Now I've been choked before. That's been something else. But yeah, that ain't none of your business. So go
Is
ahead.
there a certain type of way you get choked? Because I don't. Last time I was choked, I was passed out. I don't. Is it? Last time I was choked, I woke up like, what happened? Somebody choked me out.
At this point, I would like to plead the fifth.
You know what? I'm Maddie. um, you know,
I'm
I
gonna plead
can't
the
see. I
fifth.
can't see the choking and spitting, but if that's what you and your partner like to do, then by all means, have at it. You know, it's what you like together.
Yeah,
I'm not going
I
to
would say
judge
that.
anybody for what they do because in my younger years, after I had been married, I got into orgies and threesomes and would go to the hotels. I had
Wait a minute,
underground.
man. Wait a
Wait a
minute.
minute.
How you
Hold
gonna bring that
on,
back to the
Charlie
money real
Angel.
quick? Wait.
Wait a minute, Charlie Angel. We just went left. I
Maddie,
want to hear
Maddie,
about this.
Maddie.
Orgies.
Hey,
I
friend.
was in
Hey,
I was in Washington D.C.
I thought me and
and
Daddy was a little church lady. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute.
Speak on the girl.
that's why
I'm
sex is
not
not
judging.
important to me
I'm
right now
intrigued.
because
I'm
I done been
intrigued,
through a
honey.
lot of stuff.
I'm
personal
Go
not
ahead,
information.
judging.
Maddie.
I'm like, wait a minute. Go ahead. I'm listening.
I done been through a
Girl,
lot
put
of
your journal
stuff
down.
and experienced a lot. And I guess that's why sex is so overrated to me right now. It's like
I got you.
it's about now, did I do those things? Yeah, I did those things. Um,
No judgment zone.
yeah, but
No, I'm
yeah, yeah. So
I
it's
just want you
whatever
to
you
know.
and your partner feel. Because I'll tell you one thing. My last husband, he liked to have anal sex, and I didn't. I didn't like it at all. He didn't know how to make it feel comfortable. I couldn't
oh,
relax, and it was a big issue for us, because we never talked about those things, what we want to see happening in the bed. Those are conversations that need to be talked about
yeah.
nowadays. It needs to be talked about. Do you have an STD? Do you have a disease? We need to talk about those questions. We need to talk about do you have commitment issues? All these things that we don't talk about until we get in a relationship, then we like, uh-oh, this ain't the person I want to be with.
Yeah.
So it's about knowing yourself, knowing what you like, getting to know what that person likes, and moving on from there.
That was going to be my next subject. Do you ask the person for their STD medical record before you lay down with them? Or is it just, let's go out, have a couple drinks, go back to the house and do what we do, and then think about it after the fact? I wonder if they were clean. I wonder, especially if it's a casual situation. You know what I mean? Because there's a lot of young people and older people out here just living their best life and don't have any of those type of requirements until it's later on. So Tasha's back.
Finally.
I
Oh
think it's a
goodness.
good question to have. And when you start to be a friend to somebody and you talk to them, those kind of things come up. But when you talk to somebody and you jump right into a relationship, they don't come up.
Now, do y'all think there's like a waiting period before you should lay down with somebody? Like, you know how Steve Harvey got that 3-month rule thing? Like, I know like they have the whole thing where if we meet tonight and we're adults and we want to lay down, we should be able to do that. I think you shouldn't do that personally, but as an adult, you do have that choice as a consenting adult. How do y'all feel about that? I know I wouldn't want my son or my daughter to do it, so I definitely wouldn't do it. But some women and men out here is like, we grown, we want to do that, we should be able to do it. How do y'all feel about it? And if you are for it, would you be okay if your adult child did it?
What my adult children do is their business. I don't know what they do with their little PP. I didn't look. I never told them just put on the condom. Okay, it feel the same. It feel that don't let nobody talk you out of that. It feel the same. But that's all. I don't want to know about baby son.
I
Nah, they know
still
my business.
cringe at the fact that my adult children is having sex. So I don't even because I
don't
know
want to
me.
think about it.
I know me, and those are a product of me, and they think like me, they look like me, they act like me. So I don't even want to know. I mean, but we done had the talk. We've had many a talks, even at a young age. And as a science teacher, they saw a lot of stuff that they didn't want to see, which hopefully scared them. And I told them that yes, I told them that their penis and vagina was gonna fall off. So hopefully, I mean, but my 25-year-old, she got a baby, so she didn't listen. But
She didn't listen.
no, she didn't. So, but it is what it is. In regards to, you know, asking for your STD history in the midst of a whole lot of drinks, you're not really gonna ask for that. However, protection is there, so you must use it on a regular. But if you are venturing into a committed relationship and this gonna be the person that you with, those we gonna have a conversation. Tony, go away, okay? But we definitely gonna have a serious conversation in order to get to the bottom of some things. It's not necessarily about just your STD history, but your health history, period. Okay. So yeah, there's that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. I agree with you. I can't see who it is because I'm on my phone, but my glasses I can't see really good. But anyway, I think it's very good now to have these conversations, to have different conversations with people because you and then because you find out so late in the relationship because you didn't talk about it, and that be the very thing that might be the demise of the relationship. And had we talked about it ahead of time, we could have not wasted each other's time, or maybe be empathetic and be like, I'll be there for you no matter what it is, or what have you. And you draw closer in that relationship when you talk about things.
All right, so think about the last person you slept with, right? Show of hands if you asked him for their STD test before you slept with them.
Tanya don't
okay.
count. She is on a spiritual journey of
Well, I said the last person you slept with. So you slept with somebody
2 years ago.
You slept
2
with
years ago,
somebody
I used a condom. I didn't raise my hand. I didn't ask, but I used a condom. A whole bunch of them. Nah, you messed the butt. A whole bunch of condoms. So did. I didn't even know that many condoms was in that bag.
All right. This is a question for all the ladies, and it's a universal because we all have different wants and needs. But what do women really want? Like, what do we really want? What do we want?
We
I'm
don't
gonna go
know.
to that song, Love and Affection.
Say it again, Tosh. Go ahead.
I said Love and Affection,
Love and affection.
like that song.
That's it. So as
No,
long as he's giving you
I
love and
want a rich.
affection.
No,
Okay.
no, that was a joke.
Oh, my bad.
I want peace.
No, that was a joke.
Okay.
I want peace, but I know I'll bring my own peace. Can't a man bring me peace, but he can add to it. I
And
want
he can disturb
respect.
it. So,
That part too. That
so
part too.
you're
I
right.
understand.
You want a
I
peaceful
understand.
person.
That's right. So I want a peaceful person. I want a person who's respectful. And I want one who has some type of knowledge when it comes down to financial education, to be honest. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'll be 43 tomorrow. And as I'm getting older, I don't care how well endowed you are. I don't care about all that stuff anymore because I don't want a pretty man who got a messed up financial situation. Then I'm just with with a hot mess. So as I'm getting older, my perception of what I want changed a lot. But I want peace, I want respect, and I want somebody who has some type of knowledge of his finances. That's about it.
Brandy?
No, I completely agree because at 45, um, we got to be along the same path, along the same levels.
Yeah.
It back in the day we was cool when we was doing our own thing, and as long as we brought in money, we was okay. But what about longevity? Right now, it's all about longevity. How you treat me, because I'm really independent, but I need to be treated in my soft era, okay? Because I'm like, I could be the boss lady 9 to 5. After 5, I don't need to be the boss lady. So, but we gonna have that conversation first and foremost, because if not, I'm really good at kicking rocks because I got commitment issues.
Are you working on those, ma'am?
Am not.
At least you honest.
I'm
She
not.
said
I'm
that.
not. Like,
Oh Lord.
I'm
Oh my goodness.
I'm not.
I think it's
So,
huge. The way a person treats you really tells you a whole lot about what you need to know about the individual you about to think about being in a relationship. Because if they don't treat you like you're important, you're special, you mean the world to them, you might want to look in another direction. Because that's the bare minimum how you treating me versus dealing with all the other issues like financial or how you in bed and all that other stuff. How is our connection and are we compatible? Those things are like huge for me. Also, how you treat other people. Like if you're not of good character, then you might want to leave me alone because I need somebody who actually care about people and themselves. So that's huge. And respect is definitely huge as well. Now, Tosh, what about you? I know you was joking. You said love and affection.
Yeah. So, I do. I need someone that's respectful, that treats me well, nice bank account too, little money, and love and affection, of course.
So after all these years later, is money still like a major thing that guys need to have, even when we making our own money? Is that really still like a huge thing, a huge factor?
No, not for me personally. I no, because if he don't got it, I got it.
See, I think the men need to hear that because when they hear us keep saying he got to have a big bank account, because I know we putting up with trash and they don't really, it's a lot of women out here I know got men and they don't really have these six figures, but they keep thinking that that is the goal for us. We need them to have all this money. But a lot of us are educated and making our own money and have our own everything. and they still think we want them for the money, and it doesn't make sense to me. But I hear y'all saying it, so I'm like, they hear us saying it and they think that's what it is, but that's not. We just don't want you to be broke. Okay,
No,
that's what we probably should say. We should say we just want you to be
everybody
self-sufficient.
need a little help, mate. Yeah.
Right, because
A
we
little help
definitely,
ain't
I know
gonna hurt
as
nobody.
women, I know
Yeah, I
as
was-
women, we definitely willing, more than willing to do our part so that as a couple, we can be successful. In my
Right.
opinion, I believe that most women operate like that because we don't want to fail. We don't want to be broke and poor or nothing like that. So I'm sure we're willing to get up and do what we need to do. So as a team that we'll be successful. So,
For me-
but for whatever reason, that running narrative is the same. Men just want sex and women just want men with money. And
No. For me, I want someone that's self-sufficient. Now, if you self-sufficient with 30,000, you ain't in debt, you're not overspending, trying to be like the Joneses, then that's your self-sufficiency. But you can have 60,000, 90,000 and be self-sufficient. My thing is, I want you to be self-sufficient. I don't want you borrowing money for this and that because you overspent, knowing that you're going to have your rent that's going to be due. Those are things that I look at. Are you trying to borrow money from me? You got a credit card. Credit card is supposed to be your emergency, you know. And I just feel like you just have to be self-sufficient. You have to be respectful, definitely respectful, and committed in the friendship or committed in the relationship. You know, that commitment just needs to be there.
which leads me to my next point. Do you believe that men are capable of being committed and loyal to one woman?
Yeah.
I do.
My mama
Have
If
we
I
ever
can do
experienced
it,
it? I've never experienced it, so I don't know. I'm still on the fence, so I've never experienced it.
I
don't know.
do believe they can. I mean, I've seen it. I've seen it, but
Have
yeah,
you?
they
You've
can.
experienced it?
No, I said I've seen it.
Everybody is capable. Everybody is
You said if they're capable.
Right,
That's
but-
clean if I experienced it. But no, I haven't experienced because one thing about me, if I start seeing too many red flags, I'm out. Bye. I'm out.
Who has experienced it? That I guess that's what I want to ask.
well, I'm married and been married for 11 years now, and
Congratulations.
I haven't.
got that commitment thing down.
He's faithful, and I'm faithful. So
That's good.
That's what's
I
up.
commend you on
Yeah.
that. I haven't had those type of examples in my life, so I would love to. I love to see that. I love Black love. Period. You know, people hear me talking, they think I'm against marriage and relationships. I'm against unhealthy marriages and unhealthy relationships. I'm all for healthy and healthy. So, you know, sometimes because we haven't seen it or experienced it, we have doubts that it even exists. And you know, they say the saying, "All men are dogs." I don't believe that. You know what I mean? I've met some very good men, and then I know it's some men out here who believe that it's not in their nature to just be with one woman. What would you say to that guy?
Be
That
careful.
is not for
he
me.
just ain't found the right one.
Be careful.
He is not for me. We both got commitment issues together.
You'll find her king. You'll find her, but she ain't here.
And here go Tony. Black men don't cheat. Okay, that narrative.
Black women don't cheat.
You right. You right. You right. One at a time. One at a
All
time.
right. So, what do y'all think about poly?
What is poly?
Poly is multiple
No,
relationships.
thank you.
But hold on. If it's used for what it was supposed to be used for, as far as building a wealthy community, yes. But if it's used just for having a whole bunch of heifers fighting over you, no. Because people hear poly and think, oh, I can have different women. No, that was actually used to build healthy, like communities.
Yeah.
communities, and
Okay,
everybody came in with wealth. They brought their wealth, they brought their knowledge, they brought their education, they brought all things together to grow. They just didn't
right.
bring, I mean, you can be with this man this night, or no, it was more than that. It was for a community. If it was meant for that purpose, then yes. If it's not because you just have a sexual appetite and you want all your women in one house,
Mm-hmm.
no,
Mm-hmm. So,
no.
so
Well,
there's
the
this
women would
book.
have to be in
No.
agreement. The women would have to
Well,
be in agreement.
if that's what they want, but then
Mhm.
again, I haven't seen anybody actively put that out. They say it's like, it's poly. We're building this, and then when you get behind the scenes, it looks like STDs, Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, all kind of stuff going on because it's a lot of confusion. So no,
So there's
Would
I'm
this
you
gonna
be a
book.
say
part?
no.
Would you be a part of something like that if it was for that intended purpose that you stated?
Yeah.
If it was for that intended purpose of
Excuse
basically growing a community and bringing in things that it needs to be, yes, I would be a part of that. But I'm not foolish enough to think that there are people out there who could actually do that now. That was
Right.
a thing that was done back in the day to build up communities. We no longer have that mindset now. So now people come in with it starts out good. It starts because I watched documentaries and seen things with it too. It starts out very well. And then one person gets beside themselves and it starts off being a hot ass mess. So I'm gonna say for myself, no.
So back when I first left 2017, there were a lot of journeys that I was interested in, and poly was
Hmm.
one of them. So I did some reading. First, I talked to a couple of people, and a gentleman that I know, he was like, there's a book that you should read. It's called The Ethical Slut, and so I read the
Let me
book,
write that down.
and
I
like when
know. That sounds interesting.
when I read the book, like the author of the book, she takes you on this journey, and the journey talks about like what being in a polyamorous relationship is. And I was blown away, number one, because when you hear about poly, you just think about sex right off the top. You know what I'm saying? And then after that, it was like, okay, you know, you seek this relationship and this communication and all of this, but a lot of people don't, in relationships, they're not as transparent as you think that they are. Okay. And when dealing with a polyamorous relationship, for the purposes of what Latanya was talking about, you have to be transparent. Okay. Honesty isn't enough. You have to be transparent. um, and if you're not that, then it's not going to work out. So some of the people that I was talking to after I read the book, I started asking questions, and I was like, okay, now y'all not doing this the right way, so I can't participate in that, because
Mhm.
me and you going to Colette's out in Austin and Dallas, that ain't what we doing. What's the end goal? Because just
Yep.
sexual gratification, I could get that without the two of y'all. So yeah, it takes, if you're interested in that, you have to do your research. And there are tons of books out there that will definitely help you. But the first one you should start with is The Ethical Slut. It's worth it.
I'm getting it.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
on it.
worth it. Yeah. So
Tosh,
No, thank you. I don't share.
look, Tasha face say hell no. It is all over her face. It says hell no. I've been married 11 years. Don't try me. Okay?
Not
That's what
all.
that face said. Yeah.
Maddie,
Yeah.
did you have anything on the topic of poly?
You know, I went to a Israelite wedding a few months ago, and we went to go pick up this lady, and we were just talking, and she was telling me about stuff, and then she said, "My sister wife, da 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 da," and I said, "What? Wait, what?" I said, "You said sister wife, meaning y'all have the same husband?" And she was like, yes. And she saw my face, like I was just like, what? And she started to explain it to me. And she was saying, that we've come together, we have our chores, we have our bank account situations. We know who's doing what in the relationship. We even have scheduled sexual time. Like this may be her week and this may be my week. And sometimes I let her have my week because I don't even want to do it, you know. And I was like, wow. And I didn't ask no more questions because I didn't want to, really get into it. But I couldn't do it. Personally, I couldn't.
So what you saying is this man had pussy on the calendar?
Yeah, basically.
Oh. I
Yeah.
think I can do it. I think I can do it. Because sometimes I feel like it, sometimes I don't. Like, and if she's willing, like, can you cook today? Like, you got the laundry today, Can you
Yeah.
groom the dog today? Like, when I'm tired, I don't feel like it. I think it would be nice if there's another woman there to take care of the duties, if it's for the intended purpose, as
Right.
you put it earlier, I believe I can be a part of something like that. Hell, 3 and 4, like, don't even bother me. Let me sleep in today. You know what I mean? I think that'd be.
If I could just be the one to teach the kids and go to work, let me be that. Okay.
No, I don't want to go to work.
I just want to teach. No, I want to go to work because I'm gonna need to be out of that house. Okay. I want to teach the kids.
I'd be at the house, but I won't be going to work. Like, so. I mean, seriously, I believe I can be a part of something like that because I think that the way I manage my life and time now, I don't want to be everything for one person. I don't need him to depend on me for everything. Like, so can you imagine? So if it's 3 of us, if like I said, if I don't feel like it, go, she in there, what's she doing? Like, leave me alone. Go.
Mind our business.
Wake up when you get a little itch, you need scratch. Leave me alone.
Don't sit there, man, and messing with that woman because you don't want to be bothered. See, she gonna be the main one starting all the shit in the house.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. But see, my issue would be, like you said, people not honest about what they have going on. And then for some strange reason, I feel like the man would still go outside the house. He still had 3 women here and find a reason why he need to be outside the house. So now he cheating on all 3 of us. Like, come on now. Oh, that's funny. All right. So Tosh, did you have a topic or something that you wanted to discuss?
So I did, but I don't even know what y'all done discussed. But my topic was the double standard between men and women. Because men say that they want a woman, that they want to test drive the car before buying that car. But when women do that, we be labeled as hoes. That's the first thing they call us.
There has been a double standard for as long as I've been alive, you've been alive, your mother been alive, your grandmother been alive, her mother been alive, because of this patriotic world that we live in. I said it earlier that marriage was made for men, by men, for the benefits of men, for us to stay in the house, raise their children, keep their lineage going, maintaining the house, make sure their plate of food is ready on the table when they get home. And they actually look at us as precious jewels, believe it or not, despite how they treat us in the world. They look at us, and this is why they attach our value to our sex. Like, for whatever reason, they attach how valuable we are to how pure we are. As far as, that's why body count stuff is like a question. Like, how many people, nobody wants to marry the girl on the block that everybody knows slept with. So even though the man can be slept with 25,000 times more. And then you think about back in the days when a man has all these women, he's looked at as a pimp, a player. Like, that's something that they admire, like the player or the pimp. But we looked at the hoe because we exploring our sexuality. And I watch a couple of other podcasts, and they basically break it down to that's our worth. Our purity is what we're worth, and that's going to forever be a double standard. And we even us as mothers, when our son, does certain things, we like, okay. But if our daughter out there doing it, we're like, what are you doing? No, you can't. No, so we've even been programmed to look at it like that. And so if a guy approaches us, like if we are attracted to him, he's fine or whatever. We don't care how many women, he done been with. But if he find out we've been with maybe one of his homeboys, we don't even count. He not even gonna look at us twice. It's gonna forever be there. That's my thoughts. We're not gonna be able to do nothing about this double standard. Also, let me say this. You know how they want us to govern our body, and be weary of who we allow to come into us. But they don't do that. They'll sleep with you, but they hold their bank account close to them. But they'll give you their body with no problem. So why don't they hold their body to the same standard that they want women to hold their body to? Because the same way we can get something, they can get something, and then they're going to pass it right on us to us. So it would be nice if men govern their bodies like they want women to, but that's probably never going to happen either. That's my thoughts on it. That's my thoughts on it.
That's another topic for the barber show.
Right. Right. That's my thoughts. Anybody else got something on
Men
that?
governing their bodies.
Anybody else
Cool
got
when
something
they
on
do
that?
It's cool when they do it. When I do it,
when I do
problem.
But they say the men can't take the same hurt as he put on the woman.
Oh my gosh, no. Oh my goodness. Look at the whole little, and I know this is like really not, it's off topic, but look at the whole little Cardi B and Offset thing. He cheated on her about 50 million times, and she got her licked back one time, and now he just running around like somebody to cut him real deep. So no.
Kenny said because the man that protects his temple get treated like a buster.
That's not true.
Yeah, I don't. Because I have much respect for a man who does not just sleep with anybody. Much respect. Much respect.
Maybe out here fighting all them demons.
Mm-hmm. So you got anything on that, Maddie?
I believe that, but I don't want no virgin.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Okay, but
because I'd much rather have an experienced man. And I guess that's what Kenny was saying. He said a man that keeps himself and manages his body gets treated like a buster. No, but you can still deal with other people with grace. Like you don't have to be just out here all willy-nilly. Like have some kind of standards. And that's why women are more attracted to the so-called alpha man, because he knows that he can pick and choose who he's not just out here. Anybody can have him. Like he's that man where no, if you want me, you got to put in some work. And women, let's talk about it. Why are women out here pursuing men? This has been on my brain. Like my friend told me that somebody was pursuing. Why are women out here pursuing men? It is so unnatural and unheard of.
What does the pursuit of a man look like? What's that look like though? What
trying to get with a man who has not reciprocating the same energy. First of all, what you're doing is letting that man know I can get you. Period. When a woman does that, you letting the man know he ain't gotta take you out. He ain't gotta buy you none. He ain't gotta court you. He don't gotta give you none of his quality time. You letting him know I'm here whenever you want it. Come get me. That's how I look at a woman that's in a constant pursuit of a man who's not reciprocating the same energy.
But I feel like men outweigh. It's more women in this world than men. That's why women are pursuing men now.
Because the man may be pursuing other men, so but I'm not pursuing.
Wait, what just happened?
That's happening.
That has definitely taken a lot men out of that category of the women. The women outweighing the men in the numbers as well.
Maybe really the women might not be pursuing the man, but they just trying to make sure that the men are still wanting to pursue women.
No. No.
I think so.
That is not why women out here pursuing. Sometimes we get in
Oh
our
my
heads.
gosh.
Sometimes we get in our heads and we're guilty. We fantasize about a person.
Oh
What it
yeah.
would look like if we're with that person. And if that person shows us any type of interest, a little bit, a lot of it, a mustard seed, a hope, faith, we take that and we run with it. And we like, I'm gonna get this guy. And I think a lot of times that's why we settle too, because there is nothing wrong with a woman stating her standards. However, you can't demand
And though
the table if you bring nothing to it.
they feelings may be in their vaginas.
Her and these feelings in the vagina.
I'm just saying, like that.
Hey, what do y'all think about what Kenny said? He said there's nothing wrong. He said there's nothing wrong with the woman stating her standards. However, you can't demand the table if you bring nothing to it. Here we go with this bringing what you bring to the table stuff.
Did we already talk about this on another time?
I'm the table.
Did we already talk about this? We already talked about this.
Stuff on
Why are you bringing that back up in the comments? We already
Stop
talked
bringing up
about
old
this.
stuff. She said stop bringing up old
If
stuff, Kenny.
if you cannot meet that woman's standards, you do not make her feel bad for having them. You know what you do? All right, lady. Talk to you later.
I'm
You
not
get on
for
up out of
you.
there.
I'm not for it.
That's
Shouldn't even be.
it.
It shouldn't even be a discussion. It
Right.
shouldn't even be. I'm
Same
not
thing
even
with the
sure why people
man.
talking about it. I'm not sure why people
No.
talking about it because it's like this. If a woman has all her own everything,
Yeah.
what is it that you have to offer her? Let's ask. Let's see. What does a man have to offer you if you have your own everything besides
That's it.
that
Just
thing?
companionship.
That thing. What Lauren Hill said.
Well, I mean,
Team.
that thing comes in a package with batteries too. So
It sure do. It sure do.
That's
But
not
now
the
they got
same.
the wrong.
That's not the same. That's not because I'm gonna need it to get soft. I can't deal with something that's gonna stay hard. That's not gonna work for me. I'm not gonna feel like I'm doing anything if
But
it
you
stay
said
hard.
she
I
needs some
can't.
The
ejaculation.
high price ones go like this. They go like this. The high price ones do. You
And
can't
then you mess around, you're gonna have carpal tunnel. You're gonna have them little wrist things out. Talking about you been typing. Nah, you ain't been typing. You been playing with that thing. That's what you been doing.
And I need that mouth too. So that
That don't come in a package.
I need the whole. I can't just have But you have
That's
to
funny.
want it. It's got to be a want. Like they want us to need them. It's almost like they need us to need them. It's weird to me because it's like a man feels useless if you don't need him for something. Like, why can't I just want you? Because those are the type of relationships that are gonna last when a person wants you, not need you. They want. It's like they want you to be dependent on them. Like I don't want to depend on nobody. Like I want to want you. Trust me, we're gonna last if I want to want you, not need you. Because what happens when the need is met? When you meet the need, what happens?
Or the need is not met.
Exactly. And then the shifts, the dynamic shifts.
Mhm.
I don't know. You got anything else, Tasha? Did we answer it?
Yeah, you answered it.
Yeah, because
Okay.
we just
So
gotta live with that.
my other thing is why do men say that all women are looking alike nowadays and saying that we copying each other? Because I listened to the barbershop talk and they were saying that we all look alike and put makeup on nowadays to all look just alike. So
Now look at this
all of
podcast.
us, right? None of us look alike.
Now one of us look alike.
Nah.
So
y'all
let me
need
tell
to
you who they're
stop
talking
that.
about. Let me tell you who the man referring to. Turn on the television. Look at the social media sites, the ones that's out here seeking attention. They have created a beauty standard. And we as individuals didn't do that. Social media, society, norm, the video vixens, they have created that, and now a lot of young girls are like following that, and they have followed it so much till they lost themselves, where if they not dressed up, they don't even feel normal. Like they have forgotten their natural state based off this standard of beauty that has been put upon them. So that is, if I had a daughter, she would not be a part of social media. That would not be a part of her life. I probably wouldn't let her watch no videos, because it's programming our kids to not like their natural state and their natural self. And that is an unrealistic expectation to put on somebody, but it's definitely out there. I've seen kids in school, high schools, wearing wigs and wearing wigs and the eyelashes, and they will not come outside unless they are. My friend would be like, I gotta put my face on before I go. I'm like, your face on.
No, you said high school. They are
in middle school. Oh my
With
God.
heels on.
I had there's two young ladies in our middle school, Hispanic. They come, when I tell you, baby, full face of makeup. Okay, you could tell that they done contoured and they done blushed and everything, right? The week before we got out of school, one of them young ladies was in school detention, and she didn't have on no makeup. I walked into the detention and I was like, are you sickly? Because she looked 40 years old and I'm 45. But she looked 40.
Makeup to our face up. Yeah, Brandy's too young.
Lived a whole life already. I mean,
They don't
baby
understand
has
the damage it's
under
doing.
the eyes, her bags under the eyes, everything. I'm like, this is not how she cannot go outside without makeup at this point.
And that's what I'm saying. They get to the point where when they don't wear it, they look like a totally different person.
Yes.
And now it's like, I have to have it on.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have to wear it.
And that's middle school, 8th grade.
I don't have any girls.
Let me just cut in just for just a second. Jim asked, why am I so quiet? Jim, I'm quiet because this is Beauty Shop Talk. So my host is Cree, and she's taking care of all of that. So she's doing all of the talking. But I also just want to just reach out and just thank all of my viewers that's watching, and thank y'all for the comments that's coming in. And remember that it's always free to like, share, and subscribe. And the link is in the description. If you'd like to subscribe to the podcast, just remember that I go by my guest schedule. So right now we're going every Wednesday, but that's subject to change. So once you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification so you'll get an alert whenever we go live. But that's the announcements. Take due notice thereof and govern yourself accordingly. I'm gonna get off here, Miss Cree. It's all back yours. I'm on mute.
And ladies, make sure y'all all like and share with y'all friends as well. So now that we know that's a problem, how do we fix it? As women, how do we fix it? How do we change it, rearrange it, and try to get our women to understand, or our girls, because we're talking about middle school, to love themselves? How do we do that? Because that's a self-confidence issue.
That
starts in the home.
To show
how are they being,
love.
All right,
that starts in the home.
Because we're not in the homes. How do we help? How do we help? Even though, like for me, for example, I have a goddaughter, I have several nieces. They don't listen, but it doesn't stop me from telling them how beautiful they are in their natural state, how better they would look if they did not have all those extra things on their face. And I'll come sometimes and be like, what is that? What is that? But I do believe that encouraging them, complimenting, but then is that peer pressure that comes into play. Like it's just so much that's stacked against us and our children that we definitely have to be vigilant and helpful and mindful with the circle of girls that we can touch and talk to. So I don't, anybody else got a suggestion how we can help it? Because I don't. It's hard.
As long as social media is out there,
Yeah.
it outweighs us.
Do you
Yeah.
have any daughters,
I
Tasha?
do. Yes.
Do you have to deal with that with them?
She's not here. No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
Mm-mm.
My
Mhm.
daughter is 36, but my granddaughter is 15. And I think that what I try to do is show her what I wasn't given, all the mistakes I made because I wasn't taught, that you love yourself, that you find love within yourself, that whatever your past is, it doesn't have to define you,
That's huge.
that you are somebody. You're created on this earth. You have a purpose. Try to find out what your purpose is. Set goals, long time goals, short term goals. Try to have a plan for your life, and work towards it. Don't just exist, but start working towards those goals and those. Will you get them all? No, but just have them. So you have something that you're working towards so that you can find what your purpose is in life, and that's how I see it.
I think that is huge. I think a lot of women don't know their purpose and don't have individuality, which brings me to my next topic. Men constantly say that we are in constant competition with each other. To a degree, I believe there's some truth in that, but I rather not believe it in its entirety.
Yeah.
As far as like for the men, you said that we outnumber the men by so much that like now women are competing with each other for said man. But I'm inclined to believe that the male is the one who is putting us in a position to be competing with each other with
Mm.
his lies and manipulation. Because I believe if he's honest to a fault with the women, they would know exactly what role they play, and they would probably drop off quickly off his roster if he was completely honest. But instead, the men rather go with this narrative as the women competing for each other because one want to outdo the other one because they want to be chosen. And they take accountability off themselves when they do that. And I know for a fact is because y'all lying. Some men are lying and manipulating us into thinking one way when in reality it's not that way. You just having your cake and you eating it too. How do y'all
Yeah.
feel about that? What are y'all thoughts on that? Like with competing with women? Because I had to put up a Facebook post the other day saying, look, y'all, stop hating on me, women. I get lied to, I get cheated on, I get mistreated too. There's nothing special about me. Like, why they hating on me, talking about, oh, you ain't got no problem. You can get a man. I don't even understand why the center of the universe means you got to have a man, because I don't even get it. But even if you get one, what's on the outside don't even really necessarily know. You don't know what's going on in the inside of the house. People can portray an image, and like I told them, I'm still getting lied to and manipulated. Nobody is treating me better for no other reason. So if like you said, I said that to say this because if as a young woman, older woman, middle age, whatever, if you find your purpose and you live in your purpose, everything else is going to come to you naturally. I really believe that. I don't think you have to pursue nothing, seek out to make yourself presentable or do all this extra extravagant stuff to catch the eye of anybody. I think if you live in your purpose, whatever purpose God has for you, you live in that, everything else will just flow naturally. So women, stop hating on other women. Men kind of like stick up for each other, have each other back. But we as women, we slack so much in that era. And I don't care how much I love on my Black women. I don't care how much I respect them. They still hate on me. And I'd be like, what I do? I want us all to win. I want us all to be great. I done left dealing with people because they dealing with somebody else and the other person mad at me. And I'm like, I'm out. You can have that. Like, it's not that serious. You know what I mean? But because I was enemy just because I existed, it doesn't even make sense to me. Like, what are your thoughts on it? Because I can go on that one. anybody.
Or
I know y'all got those. I know y'all been hated on before and ain't did nothing to somebody.
Crickets.
Anyway, ma'am,
You're
hold on.
bringing on just about how you look sometimes. I mean, because somebody think you cute. So somebody just hates on you just because a guy says you're cute.
Crickets.
I heard. Hold on. So I heard that me and a friend had this conversation, and it was a lot of people, like you were saying, hate people because they think they're in a relationship and they think that this woman got everything together. Whole time, you don't know that they're barely hanging on, or what measures that couple took to be where they're at. So sometimes a lot of people are on the outside looking in at the benefits, but they have nothing, no knowledge of what the sacrifice it took to get those benefits. They don't know about the sacrifices that it took or that it's taken at this moment. Or, like you say, a lot of women see a man taking care of another woman. Oh, he takes real good care of her. You don't know what hell that woman is going through just to be taken care of, or what she you're looking at his representative. You're not dealing with a real person. She deals with that real person every day that man steps into that house. So if you're getting mad or hating on somebody because of their looks, their relationship, or how they're being taken care of, you the fool. You are the fool. And you're hurting yourself. So to the people who hating on whoever, y'all crazy. Y'all are crazy. Y'all not in these
Stop
people's
it.
shoes. Yes. Stop. No.
Stop it already. Just
Don't do
stop it. It's
that.
always gonna be somebody who looks better than you, speaks better than
It
you,
is.
whatever, It's like, why can't we all just love each other and like get along and support each other?
Don't hate, congratulate.
Right?
There you go. Yes, ma'am. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Mhm. Tell them again, girls, for the ones in the back.
Don't
Or
hate,
like
congratulate.
or like yourself, like because like some of us, the failed marriages, like you being married and being married for a long period of time, like what we look like saying, dang, she been, just saying stuff just because we're not in that situation. Like we don't know what kind of
Mhm.
trials and tribulations it took for y'all to make it to 11 years. You know what I mean? So it's like,
That's hard.
just be like you said, just congratulate them for the success they made, because your journey is not my journey. Her journey is not going to be her journey. Everybody only has their
Yeah.
own journey in life. Focus on that instead of hating on people because they're doing something that you're not doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yeah.
we definitely need to get better as a people and as women in that area.
Mhm.
'Cause I see a lot of it. Smiling your face and then talking about you behind your back type of stuff. Just
Yeah.
really doesn't get anywhere. Maddie, you got anything on that?
That's why I stay to myself.
What is it with people staying in the house? They don't even want to be out in public and around society anymore. What is that about?
It's treacherous out there, man. It's a hot mess. And I got a temper, so I got to stay at home. I've been and bop somebody upside the head. No violence promoted here. I'm just saying. What they used to say, if you want a reason to cry, I give you a reason to cry.
Okay,
But
that
nah.
that leads me to my next question.
There's another one.
Goodness.
When you are overwhelmed and maybe overworked, your mind is on so many things all over the place. What is it that you do to relax for self-care? What do you do to help calm
I
your
go
mind?
get.
Don't be like me, take medicine. So what
I go to sleep.
No, I'm playing. I don't fight. I'm not a fighter.
I
I
go to
can't
sleep.
sleep
I
when my
turn my
mind is
mind
all
off.
over the place.
I
What do
love
you do to
listening to
turn your mind off?
meditation. I love meditation music. That's pretty good. Or eating a good edible.
That's always a good idea.
You ain't frustrated no more when you're in the clouds, honey. You ain't frustrated no more. I'm
Well,
sorry, y'all. My bad. My bad.
being that I can't take an edible, I get a glass of wine.
Glass of wine is good. What do you do, Brandy?
I can't say because somebody at my job might be listening. So
That
Wine,
Rose.
girl, wine.
That Rose.
no, no, no.
No.
No, wine,
I'll go with the wine with
wine,
Tasha. The wine with Tasha. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
wine.
And what did you say, Maddie?
I said I go to sleep. I'll lay it down, turn my mind off. Sometimes I'll put meditation music on and just play it loud so it could take out those voices and situations that I want to think about and just lay down and calm down.
All right. Well, I got one more question. I know. Just one more. And then we're
Look,
gonna like just
look.
break it down and
My mama
and get
said
off
it's
this
time for
thing.
me to go in the house. Okay.
Oh,
She said,
just one more.
she said it's time
What
for me to go in the house.
men and male and females been kind of going at it via social media, male versus female. You see on all the podcasts that's been like the running topic. What do y'all think needs to happen, and what can we do as women to help form better relationships with our male counterparts? What do y'all think we can do?
Listen more. Listen
Healthier
more.
relationships.
Put yourself in their shoes and vice versa. They put themselves in your shoes and try to see the point of view that we're making. You got to see your place in the problem. You got to
And
see
stop
what your
trying to be
part.
right.
Yes, you got to see your part in the problem.
I need for both sides to seek therapy, especially in our African American community, because we have come from a time when therapy wasn't a thing. What happens in your house stays in your house,
It's still
and
taboo.
in order for that transparency to happen, because for a long time I was like, I want somebody that's honest. I want to be honest with the next person, but I don't just want somebody that's honest. I want somebody that's transparent, because being transparent is going to have you communicate the situation before it becomes a problem. You know what I'm saying? So in that aspect, in order for you to be able to come to that situation, you got to deal with what hasn't been dealt with. And if you don't deal with what hasn't been dealt with, you ain't never gonna be able, there's always gonna be a part of you that's like, nah, I ain't gonna say that, I ain't gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're worried about how somebody is gonna perceive you. So in order for us as men and women to bridge that gap and work on that communication, we got to deal with them past traumas,
I
them
agree with
past
that.
situations.
I feel
um
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Anybody else got anything on it?
Well, to
Communication.
piggyback off of,
Go ahead, Tosh.
oh, I was gonna say to piggyback off of what she said. I'm I'm not gonna walk on eggshells like to protect your feelings. So the communication, just make sure that you tell me how you feel, and I'm gonna tell you how I feel, and we can go from there. Because ain't no need in walking around the house on eggshells, worried about if I'm gonna hurt your feelings or you gonna hurt mine. Just say what you gotta say.
Men are not used to operating in feelings. That's why that therapy is very
Hmm.
important. I think we have all kind of unhealed trauma from our childhood, and unhealed children and messed up children grow up to be messed up adults. That's something
Yeah.
that we're dealing with a lot of. And if you don't
Yeah.
even first acknowledge that you messed up, how you
Mhm.
gonna get fixed, or how you gonna even come to a conclusion about needing therapy? Most men will be like, therapy? I'm not doing that. I don't need nobody else to tell me what's wrong with me. But you know what's
Yeah.
wrong with you, and you're not doing nothing about it. So, like, either you want to be a better individual or you don't, and that's really what it boils down to. So, I would never deal with somebody who is not about being the best version of themselves that they can be, because there's a lot
Mhm.
of them, especially at our age and older. It's like they just stuck in their way, and it's like You can either deal with me or not. And then that's where not comes in at, and you just move right along. And Tanya, you had another finishing thought
I
on
would
that?
say it's communication. Because like you said, like a couple of y'all said, we can't go and just assume that this is how this person wants to be treated, loved, or anything like that. You do have to sit down and talk to them. Because most men, they're not going to tell you until they're like mad, and then it comes out, and then you have to heal that you made, that both of y'all are arguing, you're mad, and then try to come back. So it's good just to be like, so how do you want to be loved? How do you want to be talked to? If even if you, especially, I've been thinking about this. If you're in the wrong, how do you want me to call you out? How do you want me to come at you? You know what I'm saying? As far as, because you're gonna get called out now. You're gonna get called out. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna call you out. But how would you prefer me to come at you when I have to tell you something that I feel like I've talked to you about 50 million times? And then you act like you didn't hear me.
I know
I don't want
tone
to
is
come
a
to your
part of it.
frustration. So,
Yeah.
ooh, and I am horrible with that.
I know
Because I always
tone is
got
a part
told.
of it.
Well, with
You
me, I've always been told it's not what you say, it's
how
how you say it.
the
Because they
tone.
always tell me, you always right. I've never been told I wasn't right. It's like, damn, did you have to say it like that? So I've been
The
working on it.
delivery.
I've been working on it.
Mhm.
Yeah, tap.
So we're gonna make a pact
So,
today, ladies. All the ladies out there, listen to. When y'all need to bring something to y'all man, have a good, nice, calm tone. Even when you're angry. You know how impossible that is, almost
What?
impossible.
Okay, so I need an example of what calm looks like. I need, what does that look like, sound like, feel like?
How
Everybody's
you
calm and
you
speak
know what
everybody's
that
when you're
sound
not
like.
angry.
She know.
How you speak when you're not angry. That's what a normal tone. How you speak when you're not angry. Because
Okay,
when
I'm
you
gonna go.
angry,
I'm
it
gonna go
changes.
ahead. No, no, no. Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and indulge her for one
see,
moment.
because no, because
Hey,
wait,
hold
because wait,
on, hold on. I got you. I
how you
got you. She
speak,
know what she doing. She know.
no, but
I ain't
look,
gonna play with
how
you.
you
So
speak
look.
not may be condescending.
Okay.
It may come off as condescending
Okay. Okay.
because
Hey,
my
baby, can you
face
please?
don't
Hey,
say the same thing as my
hey,
mouth.
hey, baby, can you please take out the trash? Nigga, I didn't told you to take out the damn trash about six
No,
damn
no,
times.
no,
That's
hold on.
all.
Hey,
That's
sometimes we go all
no,
around what we want
no,
instead of
no,
just getting right to it.
no. Because if I ask to take out the trash and it don't happen when I want it to happen, I'm gonna take out the trash by myself. I'm gonna take it out
And
by
Sometimes
if
you just
it's
myself.
gotta let them do it though. You
And,
can't do it for them. You
well,
can't do it for them. You gotta let them do it. Cause
see,
now you gotta let
that's
them
why
think
my
it's their
mouth,
idea. You gotta
my
let them think that they're doing it because they want to do it, not because you told them to do it.
you know,
That's why
somebody
they take
told
their
me that
time.
somebody told me that at work too. Okay. And myself and the academic director that's at my job, who is a male, I'm not gonna allow you to think that it's your idea when we need to get shit done. I'm not doing that. Okay. So that's why I got
That's the
kids.
work dynamic. At your home, you want
I
peace.
feel you.
So if
That's
it's
why I
gonna
got
create
commitment
peace in your
issues. You see?
home,
You
it's
see?
worth trying.
I'm just saying. So my
No,
face and my mouth be saying two different things. My
you can work
face
on
is
that. Nobody's
condescending.
perfect. You can work on that.
I agree. But you
You
remember
got
you
this, girl.
asked
You
me if
got it.
I was working on that? You remember you asked me if I was working on that? And what
You
I
could
said?
absolutely not.
No.
No.
It's okay though. You can do things in your own time limit as long as you're not out here breaking hearts in the process. Because it's enough damaged men out here.
Yeah.
We don't need to damage any more of our men.
Don't look at me like that. On that note, I have to go because my mama said it was time for me to go in the house. Right? So I'm a have to bid y'all adieu.
All right, go ahead, because we getting ready. We shutting it down. Go ahead and give us your goodbye
But
speech, and then we'll just
this
let everybody else do it, and then we'll go ahead and end the podcast.
this was a good one. Cree, you are definitely on your journey to a wonderful
Thank
podcast
you.
host. And I appreciate
Yes.
that. I appreciate you allowing me to be on this episode of The Beauty Shop. It's always a good time with you, with Paul, and I appreciate y'all. I'm going to make an attempt to work on some of them issues that we talked about today.
Yes.
Hard, but I'm gonna make an attempt. Okay. I love y'all. Thank you so much. Y'all have a
Thank
wonderful
you.
week. I got 3
You
more
too.
days with my vacation, so I'm gonna enjoy that. I'll talk to
As
y'all
you
later.
should.
Bye.
As
Thanks,
you
Brandy.
should. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Maddie, you want to give your exiting speech?
Sure. I haven't did an exiting speech before. Okay. Um, I was Maddie Leonard. I'm a published author. I have 2 books. It was really nice being on the show. I got a lot out of it, and hope to be on another time.
Now, where can we
Not too
find your
raunchy.
books? Where can we find your books at?
You can find my books on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. For myself, I sign them and sell them,
Okay.
and yeah. Thank you.
Congratulations, and thank you for being on. We need to
Thank
get
you
you
so
back
much.
on. We need to get you back on. You have some
And,
interesting stories you need to share with us.
and you know
I'm
what? The third book I'm working on is healing from trauma. This is the
Oh, I
third one.
love it.
So
It's so needed. It's so
yeah,
needed.
and
I
I've
need
been
to
learning
add
a
you as a
lot.
friend as well. I need to add you as a friend because you
Okay,
definitely gonna be a voice that I would like to have on my podcast.
thank
Just for
you.
experience, knowledge, wisdom, overcoming, because you are a survivor. You didn't even have to
Yes,
say a whole lot for me to get that part. So thank
yes.
you for coming. I really appreciate you coming. That's
Thank
dope.
you.
And I'm gonna have to look into your books too.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Don't
All
log
right.
out yet, y'all, because I gotta
Yeah.
say something too after Cree
Right.
finish with everybody.
Tosh,
Well,
any ending
Tosh,
remarks?
Tosh missed a lot of the show. Sorry.
So you
Technical
have to come back.
difficulties. Yes, I most definitely will want to do it again.
Well, thanks for coming, Tosh.
hmm
And Tanya,
All right, it's good to be back again. I mean, I really did love this episode, the questions and everything. If I could take one thing away, Miss Maddie had said, don't just exist. Have some goals, have some things, and that
yes,
really
yes.
is helping me as far as I go forward in life with the current changes I've got going on right now. So thank you for that. Don't just exist. And I look forward to the next BB Shop Talk. You know what I'm saying? This was pretty cool. I loved
You
it.
were awesome as well, Tanya. Your journey that you're currently on, I think a lot of people need to hear it. And you sharing your experiences, it's always welcome. You kind of bless me with that because I'm kind of on a journey myself, not quite where you're at. Mine is more so with the things I'm consuming in my body that I'm trying to stop
Ah,
put in my body, but it's all
oh
the
yeah.
same. It's so that we can become our best authentic selves. So I
Oh
really
yes,
appreciate
ma'am.
all of you ladies and everything y'all brought today. This is my first time co-hosting. Wizzo gave me the
You did an
pleasure
awesome job.
of doing that. I
Awesome.
appreciate you, Wizzo. I
All
look
right.
forward to being on your show many
Yes.
more times, obviously. And I got a lot from everyone. I really did, and I've been touched. I'm definitely gonna check out your books. I mean, it's just been amazing. I can't wait to the next one. So take it away, Wizzo.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. I have to touch on that Silent Cry. Maddie, that was the book that I purchased, right?
Yes.
Y'all, I'm telling you, that was good. I really enjoyed it. It was an easy, real easy read. And the only time I read is when I'm at work. I don't read when I'm at home. I'm too busy doing other things. But I really did enjoy that book. Maddie's always at a lot of different functions and different bazaars and different things like that. And I still have to purchase that other book that she has. And then when the other one comes out later. But I really did enjoy that. So I wanted to say that. And yes, that one. And also just to say that, ladies, y'all have been so open and honest about everything, and you talk about it just so easily. Some guys, like I think some of you've all said, some of us men, we can't talk about that shit that easy like that. But you women, y'all just roll that shit right on out. And I appreciate y'all coming on here and sharing your story, your journey, and just talking so openly with us. And Tasha, you don't have to worry about it. You worked it out. You came on, and so we'll have you on the next time. And the next time you'll know what to do or whatever and stuff like that. So I appreciate you seeing me at the dance and saying you want to come on. And hopefully we'll get your husband on Barbershop Talk or something like that that's happening later on this month. So with all of that being said, ladies, I appreciate y'all wholeheartedly. And with that being said, this is Paul Wizzo. Holla at your boy.
Holla at your boy.